First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. And now we won't see. Now. Instead, they'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An option handoff here to Mixon. A strong running. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Hill. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive. Pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And this will not be brought. The Bengals drive about to get going. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. To throw is Hill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, You would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And some room to work. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Nick Chubb with 21.95 miles an hour on a long touchdown run in 2019. Fourth fastest in the NFL. And he flashed the big-time speed again there. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd, Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Escapes the defender. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 2nd and a couple, Hill. Touchdown! Jakeem Grant, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
14, Bengals 7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. On play action, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November,
trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose,
and he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. man in stride, complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing on third down, Hill. Brought in over the middle by Grant.
And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give. This is Chubb. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them to lead. Here's Hill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Carr rolling to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Carr.
He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
An option handoff here to Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off of play action, Hill. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Hill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack on first down, Carr gonna let one fly for Robinson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench into what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Carr now on first down. Going out wide, finds Chubb. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now Carr again. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well.
Let's go!
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And this time he's not going anywhere. Safety spot. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing his Carr on third down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now it's Hill. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
They go play fake, and it's Hill. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down past the 30. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the 41, Hill. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Back to throw, Hill. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, here's Hill. Over the middle, complete. It's Grant.
Hill's pass complete to Jim Grant. A 9-yard pickup. It's second.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Throwing again is Hill. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now after that completion there, they've got a first down.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taysom Hill scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a gain.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Hill. Flush, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield. A combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll go with a keeper. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Taysom Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off near the 26. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Carr. That's out to Chubb, complete. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Tanner Muse. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Play action, now it's Carr. Going up top. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns get a score closer. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. goes Hill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown Bengals. Jakeem Grant, 65 yards. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 12. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And really a heck of an effort there to duck out of one tackle, but it winds up only going for a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they taste defeat for the first time this season.